Staying fit all year round is tough. And you know what makes it harder? Traveling. But I've been to 15 countries in the last 12 months, all whilst working remotely, and I've managed to keep up my healthy habits the entire time. I get asked a lot over on Instagram how I manage to juggle work, travel, and my healthy routine. So in this video, I'm going to share all of my secrets and tips and how I balance it all. I'll be sharing 7 of my non-negotiable habits and routines that keep me on track all year round. I'll be sharing how I make money online and my top tips if you want to start working remotely and become a digital nomad as well. I'll also be sharing some of the real life struggles I face, like living out of a suitcase. And whilst I share my juicy tips and secrets, I'm taking you behind the scenes in a day of my life. We're going to hit the gym, we're going to go wedding dress fitting, we are going to do a bit of work and travel from Mumbai all the way to Kerala because I'm currently in India. If you're a lover of travel, health, fitness and all of that jazz, then hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet, because I have so many good videos coming your way. Hi, I'm Abs. I'm an online fitness coach and nutritionist, and I work remotely, travel the world, and I am obsessed with healthy habits. That sounds like a vibe, then you're in the right place, and I would love you to be part of my community. Follow me on IG here. If you have any questions, please drop them. I'm so happy to help and I would love to connect. So non-negotiable habit number 1 is my morning routine. I am an absolute sucker for my morning routine, and I'm literally obsessed. I go to bed excited to wake up in the morning because of my morning routine. And I don't have some extravagant morning routine. All I do is wake up, I have coffee in bed, I do a little bit of journaling. Me and my partner Tice talk about our day, what we've got planned. Sometimes I do a little bit of reading if I've got time. Then I usually get up, do my hair, make myself look pretty, and then we usually hit the gym and have a healthy breakfast. That is my morning routine, and it takes me roughly about 2 hours in the morning. I usually wake up at around 5:36 a.m. Wherever I go in the world, this is what I continue to do all the time, even if I'm working, even if I'm traveling, because having a morning routine that you absolutely love and get excited about will set you up for success. Making sure that you're doing things that get you excited, whether that be listening to a bit of music and dancing, whether that be doing a little bit of meditation, your morning routine should light you up. Yeah! I'm actually in the middle of my morning routine right now. So my bed is made, sort of. We've done our journaling and we've had our coffee, and we are just going to get ready for the day. So do my hair, brush my teeth. I actually cannot recommend this enough. I bought it in like a Kmart version over here in India. It was like $2, and it just really nicely curls your hair without, any heat. Highly recommend. We are about to head to the gym, but before we do, let's go into habit number 2. Now, my second non-negotiable habit is keeping up with my healthy nutrition diet. I'm a nutritionist and I love eating healthily, but when you're traveling, it can be really, really tough to stay on track, especially when you're eating out all of the time. There's so many amazing foods that you want to try, but because we're traveling most of the time, we do try to limit the amount of times that we eat out. When we actually first got to Asia last October, for 3 whole months, we ate out every single meal for 3 whole months, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then we got to Costa Rica and it wasn't so cheap, and we realized that we should probably start cooking at home. So from that point, we started booking accommodation with kitchens, and it's been an absolute game changer. So we only eat out 2, maybe max 3 times a week now. It really helps me stay on track with my nutrition. So that means that during the week, we cook most of our meals at home. We go to the local supermarket. We get to explore the local supermarkets wherever we are, which always really excites me. I love seeing all the different things that they have in the supermarket, especially in Asian countries. But it's just so much cheaper as well when you're traveling to, be able to go to the supermarket and get fresh produce and be able to cook yourself. So I love eating healthily, and I like to follow the 80-20 rule. So 80% of my food is wholesome, good foods, and then 20% of the time we eat out, we enjoy some chocolate, we drink some alcohol, and that really is a great balance for me. Another tip is that I bring my supplements everywhere. So this is my giant pack of protein powder, and this literally weighs like 3 kilos. It's so much of my luggage, but it's a game changer. I have this literally every morning, 2 scoops, and it really helps me hit my protein targets. I carry it around everywhere, as well as my fish oil tablets here. Another thing that really helps me is being calorie aware. So I'm a nutritionist, and this is literally what I do for a living, and I've spent a lot of time tracking my calories, and honestly, it's been a game changer because now I can just look at food and I can roughly estimate the calorie amount in foods, which helps me stay on track, especially when we're eating out a lot. This year I actually did spend some time in a calorie deficit on purpose. I wanted to lose around 3 to 4 kilos and I successfully did that. This was before in about July, and then this is here now. Don't underestimate how much a difference 3.5 kilos can make on your body, but I did this purely through tracking my calories and making sure that I was in a calorie deficit. If you're looking to clean up your nutrition and lose fat this year as well, I actually have a 3 kilo challenge which will teach you everything you need to know about fat loss and help you successfully lose 3 kilos or more. I've had so many girls do this challenge and be so successful, which is amazing. If you want more information there, I'll pop it in the description below as well. And then my last tip for my nutrition, and this is probably an obvious one, but I limit my booze. I'm not a big drinker anymore. I used to be in my 20s, but now that I'm 33, drinking alcohol and drinking alcohol often actually doesn't make me feel good mentally, but also I tend to make bad food decisions when I'm drinking a lot. We maybe drink once a week and have like 2 or 3 drinks, but other than that, unless it's like a special occasion, we're hardly drinking at all. Now, my third non-negotiable habit for keeping fit whilst I'm traveling is keeping up with my strength training and my gym routine. I literally will not book accommodation if there is not a gym nearby. It is one of the prerequisites for booking accommodation, and I was actually trying to plan our Greece trip yesterday. We're going to Greece in May and June, and there was an island that I found that I absolutely loved, but it doesn't have a gym, so I'm not going to book it. We might do like a day trip, but having a gym in close proximity is really, really important to us. We love going to the gym. It's a huge part of my morning routine and it really does set me up for a successful day. But lifting weights just makes me feel so empowered. I love it. So at the moment I'm training 5 times a week. I do 3 lower body days and 2 upper body days, and I track all of my workouts in my own app. So I go to the gym knowing that I have a full plan that I can follow, meaning I don't have to worry about what exercise I'm going to do there. I have full confidence when I go in, which is really, really helpful. Don't be afraid to try out new gyms. Do a daily pass, do a week pass, and keep your body moving whilst you're on holiday or whilst you're working, because it will help you feel so much better. Another big tip is that if you're staying in hotels, search for hotels that have gyms in them as well, because this means that you can just whip down in the morning and quickly do your workout before you start your day. And that is another huge tip that I would recommend, doing your workout first thing, because when you're traveling and when you're working, you can get carried away very easily with your day. And if you say that you're going to do it in the afternoon, before you know it, it's 4 o'clock and you might be sipping a martini or a margarita and you're like, oh my gosh, I forgot to go to the gym. The best thing that you can do is to follow a structured gym plan, because it's going to give you the confidence. You can walk into the gym and not have to worry about what exercise you're going to do. I cannot recommend that enough. If you want 7 days free to my workout app, if you want free workouts for the home or the gym, I'll put my link below for all of my workouts and healthy recipes, and you can try it completely free. All right, let's go. So we're here at the gym this morning and we're getting our workout done early. Tyson's loading up the leg press machine. We're just going to train legs and a little bit of full body probably, because this is our last day to proper gym for like 5 days. Habit number 4 is getting in my daily steps. Now this does vary from country to country. In places like Asia, I really struggle to get in my daily steps outside. So that's when I usually have to prioritize a treadmill walk for at least 20 to 40 minutes a day to make sure I hit that target. I usually like to get around 8,000 to 10,000 steps a day as well. But yeah, it does vary from country to country. In places like Europe, I find it a lot easier, but getting out for my morning walk really just sets my tone for the day. I usually put on a good podcast episode or listen to some music, and it gets me excited for the day. It gets me excited for my workout. So it's absolutely one of my non-negotiable habits whilst I'm traveling. Workout done for the morning, feeling good, feeling fit. And now we're just gonna go get ready, have a shower, and pack up my lehenga, go to my final dress fitting, and then head out for some breakfast and some work. So we are back from the gym and hair is still curly, sort of, but I am going to try and pack up my wedding dress. So we're taking it into town to get altered one last time. It's going to be a bit of a mission, and you'll know what I mean in a second, because this is not a typical wedding dress. It's called a lehenga, which is an Indian style wedding dress. We're getting married in March 8th in Thailand, and all of our friends are coming over. I think we've got about 100 people coming all the way from Melbourne, all across the world to come celebrate with us, and I'm so excited. But that's why we're in India at the moment. I've been wedding dress shopping and wedding band and shopping all of the wedding stuff, and I found my perfect dress, but it doesn't fit properly, so we're taking it in today to get altered. Come have a look. So this is my wedding lehenga, and it might not look like much at the moment, but it is absolutely beautiful. Tice doesn't know what it looks like, and if you're watching this and you either follow me on Instagram or maybe you're my friend or family, I wasn't supposed to show anyone the dress before the wedding day, but I feel like my YouTube channel hasn't blown up yet, so probably not many people are going to see it. So if you are watching this and you are seeing this before the wedding, drop into my DMs and come tell me what you think. I'll put a little video here of what it looks like as well at the drop so you can see, but it is just a little bit too big at the moment. So today's mission is to try and get this fully fitted because we've only got 2 months to go, but another mission is to try and get it back in its package that it arrived in, which for the life of me, I cannot figure out how to do. But while I do that, I wanted to talk about habit number 5. And this isn't so much a habit, it's more of a tip. But having someone hold you accountable is going to literally change your life. So if you're traveling and your friend isn't into fitness, maybe you could persuade them to try and work out with you and do it together, because if you have a buddy, it's going to be so much easier. Maybe you can go for walks together. If you're traveling with someone who isn't into fitness at all, maybe you can go to some yoga classes or find a fitness class that could really help you and inspire you as well, because I literally would not do half of the things that I do without my partner Tice, and he keeps me on track so much. So really making sure that you have someone in your corner. If you don't have someone like physically with you as well, obviously you could hire a coach online. That could really help you stay on track with your nutrition and your fitness goals whilst you're traveling as well. Thing literally weighs like 10 kilos. I don't know how I'm gonna get it to Thailand. So non-negotiable habit number 6 is prepping for your long travel days. On my travel days, I really think ahead of time and I make sure that I set myself up for success. So I always try and get a workout in early in the morning if I can. It just makes me feel so much better. I usually bring some snacks of my own because at the airports, there's not much healthy food, not much healthy food options. So bringing your own snacks can be really helpful. I usually like to bring my own fruit, or I even whip up some like yogurt with some protein powder and some frozen berries and put it in a Tupperware container and bring it with me, or I have like a protein bar or some sort of muesli bar as well. Also carrying around your water bottle everywhere and staying hydrated throughout the day because flying really dehydrates you. So making sure that you're drinking probably more water than you usually do will really help you. Another thing that really helps me navigate big travel days is trying to limit the amount of work I do. So I usually work Monday through to Friday and then have the weekends off, but because I do work online and I do work for myself, I am quite flexible. So what I usually do is when I'm having those travel days, or maybe the day after I travel, I try to schedule a bit of rest time and a bit of no work time on those days, because traveling can make you really tired, especially if you're going from different time zones. So planning your week ahead of time can really help. So maybe you want to sit down and look at your week ahead and look when your travel days are, and then making sure that you're scheduling your work and your important tasks around that so that you don't get left behind. Which also kind of brings me to habit number 7, really making sure that you're prioritizing rest. Travel really takes it out of you. Moving from city to city often is exhausting. Living out of a suitcase can be really tiring. Having to plan and forward plan things and just not being in the same place all the time really throws you out of routine. But one thing that can help you navigate that so much easier is prioritizing your rest, your recovery, and your sleep. We go to bed at like 8:30, 9 o'clock every night, except the occasional time when we might go out, and we have about 7 to 8 hours sleep, and we really prioritize our sleep, and it just makes a world of difference when you're traveling. So that is a huge tip. If you are traveling and you're on like a holiday, I know it can be really exciting and you're probably out and about, you might be partying, you might be having some nice dinners and staying out late. Just have a few early nights throughout your trip. It's going to make you feel so much better. They are my 7 non-negotiable habits that help me stay on track whilst I'm traveling. We are about to head out, going to my final dress alteration, then we're gonna head to a cafe and do some work for a couple of hours and do some breakfast. And whilst we're at the cafe, I'm going to tell you all about what I do for work, some digital nomad tips, and some struggles that I also do face regularly. Let's go. So I took my dress to get adjusted, and while we wait 2 hours for that to be done, we're just having some breakfast. We're gonna do some work, and I thought this would be a good opportunity just to share a bit about what I do online, how I run my business, and just the realistic struggles and I guess highs and lows about being a digital nomad. So I am an online fitness coach, nutritionist. I used to own a gym in Melbourne in Australia, and I ran that for about 6 years. Then obviously we moved overseas and I had to transition everything online, which was really scary at first, but also something that I'd wanted to do for so long. So now I basically just run all of my business online through Instagram. That's how I find my clients. So I've built up my Instagram community, my Instagram profile, and basically I help women specifically lose fat and gain confidence inside the gym, outside the gym, improve their mindset, improve their healthy habits. And I do that. I have my own fitness app, so I program fitness workouts for all of my clients and check in with them weekly, and I create tailored nutrition programs for them as well. So I can do that from anywhere around the world. All I basically need is my laptop. How I structure my weeks, my partner and I tend to try and stick to a normal Monday to Friday schedule. So Monday are my client check-ins. Every single Monday I always check in with my clients. I fill out a thorough check-in form, and from there I spend usually about 6 hours checking in with all of them. I do have about 40 clients now, which is amazing. So it does take a lot longer than it used to. And then the rest of the week we try to stick to a normal work routine. So we usually wake up in the morning, do our morning routine, start work at around 10 a.m.-ish after some brekkie, work through till about 5, and then go to the beach, have dinner, and then chill for the rest of the evening as well. So yeah, that's how a working week kind of looks for us. So we're back from the cafe, from doing a bit of work. We have had a successful final dress fitting, and it fits like a glove, and I'm so excited. Let me know below as well if you want me to do a whole different video on my preparation for my wedding. I think there's about 80 days to go, getting married March 8th, and so excited, but I am doing a few things to get prepped in terms of like my health and fitness, not so much doing like a wedge shred, but like other things that I just want to feel my best on that day. But I'm back home and I just wanted to be real with you guys and talk about the struggles of being a digital nomad. Of course, there are so many positives and it's so much fun. We get to see the world, and Tyson and I just get to spend so much time together and just, you know, explore the world together, and it's amazing. But of course, everything does have highs and lows, and one of them is that you have to live out of a suitcase. So if you're not someone who loves living out of a suitcase, it's probably not cut out for you. We tend to spend between 2 weeks to roughly maybe 6 weeks max in one place. So we are in and out of suitcases a lot. My biggest tip is that whenever we get someone new, even if we're there for like 2 days, I usually put my clothes into the cupboard just to make me feel more at home. But yeah, we're about to pack now, and as you can see, this has been on the floor for about a week now. I didn't unpack this one for some reason, and it's just not fun living out of a suitcase all the time. But we have become really good at packing, and we've also become really good at fitting in things and like nailing our weight limit at the airport, which is kind of fun. Another thing that we sometimes really do struggle with is the Wi-Fi situation. So, you know, we rely so heavily on Wi-Fi that if it's cut out for some reason, it can be really stressful in terms of work, as my clients rely on me to be able to be in contact with me. We've had situations before where we've had like full days of blackout, like when we're in Asia, blackout, no Wi-Fi, and that really stresses me out because that way there's like no way that I can even contact my clients. Third struggle, and something that I probably don't really talk about often, is just missing family and feeling like you're missing out on everything that's happening back home. A lot of my friends are getting married, a lot of my friends are having babies, and I feel like I'm missing those like wonder years. And working for yourself and working online can feel quite lonely. So I really try to make an effort to call my friends and call my mum often so that I don't feel like I'm missing out. Thank God for Zoom and thank God for FaceTime. But yeah, it can be really tough sometimes. And then the last thing is just trying to strike a really healthy balance between working and playing and exploring. I think, as I said before, we work so much and we love what we do. So we actually work a lot and sometimes have to really make an effort to get off our phones or schedule a no work day. It's a work in progress. We are getting better at it, but that's definitely one thing that I'm struggling at the moment with as well. So our flight is at midnight tonight, and we actually arrive at 2:30 in the morning, so we won't get into our house till around 3 a.m. I'm gonna have a nice sleep in, but then once I wake up, I'm gonna give you a little tour. This Tys's family summer house is like the most lush, beautiful place that you have ever seen. I wanna give you a little tour because I just love it so much. It's 9:30 p.m. Our flight is at basically 1 a.m. So tired already, but it's gonna be worth it once we get there. Crazy.
This is India.
4 a.m. 3:43, haven't slept a wink. 5 a.m.
5 a.m. ready for a sleep.
1 hour sleep. Let's go. So we have arrived at the beautiful summer house, and I'm going to give you just a little bit of a glimpse of what I can see right now because it's so beautiful. And when I was editing part of my video before, I realized that my microphone wasn't working for majority of the part where I spoke about all the best things about being a digital nomad. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a tour around our beautiful house whilst I share some of the best things about being a digital nomad. So the first one is obviously the places that you get to go. I have been to so many incredible places around the world, all through Asia, South America, Central America. Went to Seoul, South Korea just a few weeks ago, which was phenomenal. And just being able to travel the world and work wherever you want. All you need is your phone and your laptop, and you can literally work online and just see the world. And it was just always such a huge dream of mine. So being able to do that is just the most amazing thing. The second thing is probably the fact that I can help so many more people. Being able to work online has allowed me to train people all over the world and train women everywhere, which I was sort of limited to just Melbourne before. So that's been absolutely incredible as well. Third one is probably just our freedom to work when we want to. We have so much flexibility with our schedules because we work for ourselves. Being able to choose our schedule completely, really have a beautiful morning routine together, and then be able to work throughout the day, clock off in the afternoon, and be able to go to the beach in the afternoon. It's just an absolute dream come true. So if you're thinking about becoming a digital nomad, please, please, please consider it. Do your research and just dive in. It can be a little bit scary, but you will absolutely not regret it because there's just so many great opportunities and so many amazing places around the world, and you get to see them whilst working and whilst making money as well. So we are staying here for the next 5 days in this beautiful resort. It is my partner Tice's family home, summer home, but it also acts as an Airbnb, so people do stay here as well. We're here for about 5 days, and we will be spending Christmas here and Boxing Day here and just working and relaxing. It's an absolute sanctuary. It's got the most amazing pool, and everything is just so lush and tropical and beautiful, and the food is absolutely amazing as well. I think we're going to be doing a cooking class. So yeah, we're here for the next 5 days, and then we head back to Thailand. So thank you so much for watching this video. This was a bit of a long one today, but it really gives you an insight into my life, how I navigate fitness, health, and travel and work and all of the things and stay on track. If you liked it, please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, leave me with any questions if you have any below. I'd be so happy to help. Come find me on Instagram here and connect even further if you like to. Let's have a proper conversation, and I will see you in my next video.